Hello. Um, I am doing a vlog tonight. So this is the first time I've ever done a video blog. So welcome to my day 6 vlog. I just want to tell you about our trip today because I decided to do a vlog because I just have a lot to say and sometimes it's hard to type it all out, and you don't always get like the emotions or feelings that I've been having. So I thought it might just be easier to kind of explain it via video. So we went to Mission Hospital today in Asheville, North Carolina. So it's about an hour, a little over an hour from where we are at where we've been going to at Cherokee. And Mission is the only hospital in this area that actually delivers babies, which is kind of crazy that they have to travel so far to have a baby, especially because a lot of times you don't know when your baby's going to come. So that's interesting. So we were able to tour the pediatric unit, the PICU, the pediatric ICU, and then we went upstairs to the NICU, so the neonatal ICU, like the little babies. So the pediatric unit is cool. It's like a lot like our children's hospital at home, which we're really blessed to have. And I can say from personal experience from the one at home that they are wonderful. Melody had to have surgery a couple years ago. It was actually October 15th, 2016. Super scary day. No parent wants to go through that. And you also don't really know how to prepare a 3-year-old for surgery. So I have to say that our experience with Children's Hospital has been just really amazing. They do stuff that with the kids that's really makes their experience not so scary. The rooms are designed so, you know, it's friendly. It's like pediatric. It's colorful and there's fun things on the walls, and like the hallways are colors, and you know, the rooms are fun names and stuff like that. So it's not like a scary place to be, and that's really neat for kids. And it's the same, it was the same in Asheville. So they even have like a procedure room specifically, so if they have to do something like put an IV in, or you know, something that's maybe a little scary for kids, they take them out of their room and they put them in this procedure room. It's not like a scary room, it's just a different room because they want their own room to be like their safe space. So they really think stuff out. And what I thought was really cool was they're very transparent about events in the hospital, you know, and like how they can improve, and very open-minded to improving care. So I really appreciate that, especially as a parent. I can say that that's really amazing to know that like somebody can accept that maybe what they're doing isn't the best and they can improve that. So as a mother and a healthcare provider, that's just really cool. So we also went to the pediatric ICU. Their ICU department was it's not huge, so that's good, because it's a little scary when it's big, just because I don't know, you just think like if it's a huge ICU, like how many patients do you have to, like how many pediatric patients do you need there, or are there? And you never want a pediatric patient to be in intensive care. So the nurses there are able to, there's always two nurses there. So they usually only have 1 to 2, maybe 3 patients, I think she said, at a time, just depending on their critical care that they need. So, and these are just like the really sick kids that maybe need vents and stuff. So it was really nice though. And it was quiet and calm and just peaceful. So I really liked that. Then we went upstairs to the NICU. So I have not been in a NICU since like a real, I don't want to say a real NICU, like a big NICU since Madison was born. So because she was premature and she had to be in the little plastic box, and she was in there with like some really tiny babies. I remember her being like the biggest baby down there, which was crazy, but she was taken care of by the nurses. Like, again, I can't say enough about the nurses and how the care was for us. We're so fortunate to have that care that, like, I don't know, maybe some people don't have the same experience or don't have the facility to have access like that. So this NICU has 51 beds, which I thought was a lot. And she said that there were 36, I think, babies in the unit at that time when we toured. And I asked how, like, is that common to have that many? And we were told that the average is actually 40 babies at a time. That's a lot of babies to take care of, and that have that many issues going on at one time. So the reason for that is because like I said, with, Cherokee here is an hour away. Well, this hospital provides care for 17 or 18 counties. So that's a lot of babies that they have to take care of. There's also a lack of, especially like I know here in Cherokee, I'm not sure with all of the other counties, but there's not a lot of prenatal care. And if you read my blog yesterday, I talked about that a little bit. So the lack of prenatal care, as we know, doesn't help the situation at all. Moms are giving birth too soon, or there's also a lot of drug addiction. So babies are born addicted to drugs, and then they have to be weaned down, or because of the lack of prenatal care, maybe nutrition wasn't right, so maybe the baby has a disorder that needs to be taken care of. So one of the first babies that we saw was actually, it was 600 grams, which is like 1 pound 3 ounces. So I think the baby, it was premature, and that was really hard to see, like how tiny, a little tiny, I mean, probably like the size of my hand. That's just so. Anyways, before I get all emotional, it was a lot. It really touched my heart, and at one moment I was like, oh my gosh, I want to be like a NICU nurse. Like, I want to take care of these babies. That didn't last very long though. So one thing while we were touring that I thought was really cool was they have a book program. So they were given a grant, and they give every baby a book, and so that way the parents can start reading to them right away. So that was just like a kind of a cool thing that I thought that they did. And they also recently did like a kangaroo care competition, which was neat, with other hospitals, to like they were just competing to see who had the most kangaroo hours. So that was neat because nurses are competitive, and it kind of like who cares who wins. It was just like kangaroo care is really important, especially when a baby is struggling. It helps them heal faster and better. So that was a really fun fact. Something that really stuck out to me too, that one of the nurses, actually the charge nurse, or